Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Rimworld. Now, in the last part we got in a bit of a bigger fight, although actually we didn't really get in the fight. A bunch of random colonists from another area basically took out the raiders for us, which that's all fine and dandy, and actually I should see who... I think I'm going to give Mr. Benton a heavy SMG. And yeah, I just recently, or just at the end of the last episode, I put everyone's priority number one in hauling because I feel like we have so much crap outside of the base that's just kind of sitting. And I really think I want this, I want as much of this stuff inside our base as possible. Although admittedly, my guys are being pretty stupid in the sense that they're harvesting, they're hauling some of the stuff that another guy's harvesting, and it's kind of inefficient, but whatever. I'll just let them do what they please until we actually have some, or all of this crap that's outside of the base. Yeah, speaking of which, I remember when I was watching a little bit of my last episodes, I missed all this steel over here because I was going throughout the map looking for all the stuff that I missed from the ship in the last episode, and I missed that massive amount of steel that was just sitting over there, so I might as well tell them to bring that stuff in as well. And yeah, so is there anything else I really think we should work on? I suppose, well, we really need more colonists. I really hope we can get attacked soon by a large group of people and that none of them die as well. The one thing I remember is, unfortunately, one thing that's nice about turrets and kill boxes and everything is that, unfortunately, it seems like turrets are really good at killing enemies. Like, at least you can sort of tell your own colonists to, like, use melee, for example, and that seems to decrease the chance for the colonists or the enemies to be killed outright. It seems like the turrets have a lot larger ability to just kill any enemy just outright without giving you a chance to make them a prisoner. But yeah, we really need more prisoners. Actually, you know what? Well, not prisoners, but we need more colonists. Yeah, prisoners are just a drain, but at least colonists help stuff out. Yeah, because I want to start some other projects. Like, I want to actually get some of this production stuff done, but we just don't have enough people, I feel, to, you know, expend basically one person's all their time on making stuff like art. Because as much, although that is a moneymaker, especially if you put a lot of time into it, after a while, it's sort of just, or at this point in time, it won't really be that big of a help to us. Huh. And yeah, I did notice last episode how apparently there's a big difference between certain factors like rest effectiveness when it comes to the qualities of stuff. Wow, that, even shoddy, it's pretty terrible compared to the good. I think there's even like some labels like masterwork and stuff like that, so I'd have to imagine that if this was like a masterwork bed, that would just be a lot better. Alrighty then. Yeah, we seem to have pretty much all the stuff outside the map, except for perhaps, okay, yeah, I think they got that steel as well, didn't they? Good. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna change the priorities now. Again. And actually, I'm gonna make everyone, yeah, 2. I'll make one guy a 1 just to make sure we can at least somewhat keep up with this stuff. And for a short while, I'm gonna make everyone a 1 for cleaning as well, just because we've got all this blood and gore strewn across our colony, and that doesn't look the prettiest, so might as well do something about it. Okay, yeah. I just haven't given them the time to actually make blocks, because I was gonna say, it seems like a lot of those blocks aren't getting made, and that's why, because they aren't getting made. And actually, you know what? I kind of want them to haul all this stuff over here, just because it's kind of in the way, and I do know that enemies can use it as cover as well. So having all this available cover for any enemy that's just in the area isn't very, well, it's not very good. So I kind of want to get all this junk within our immediate area hauled. Probably not. Maybe I'll just do the stuff that's like right nearby. Yeah, I'll just make them haul the stuff that's close because we really don't have the time to make our colonists do stuff like that. Ooh, geothermal power is finished. That is good. Let's see if there's something else I want right away. Smelting's alright. Machining? No, that's not really useful for us right now. Pneumatic picks. Yeah, pneumatic picks I think is going to be the next one because we do want to, like, I want to remove this entire chunk and probably we're going to refine this area a bit so it's not taking up as much room as it is. And yeah, once we decide to make our big walls, I'll probably chip away at some of this just to make it, well, one, look better and to give us a bit more space as well. So yeah, I'll make pneumatic picks the next big project. And on that note, now we can actually see whether or not I can place this here. Okay, yeah, just as I thought, it requires one more piece of space. So I'll just go ahead and make this into a, yeah, I'll put the sandstone here instead. Then deconstruct this area, and I guess just because I might as well also move that over there just for the sake of doing so. Yeah, should put that there too. And otherwise I say our power grid's pretty damn good. Yeah, like I was saying before, we've got a lot of redundancy and everything, and they haven't even been doing mining. Although yeah, I did set cleaning as top priority for now, so I'll just let them take care of that. Yeah, I do want our base to look pretty because that just makes them all happier, and it makes me happier because everything looks pretty then as well. Alrighty then. I still don't like these darn boomalotes hanging around our territory. It just makes me a bit, I don't know, nervous. It just, I don't know, I just find it funny how there's just so much blood. I feel like that's kind of, the amount of blood that's all across the map is kind of unusual. But maybe maybe that's just because I haven't played the game in so long, so I'm just shocked at it. Oh yeah, and because we made our researcher research such a large project, she seems to be a lot better at it. Or he, I should say. Don't know why I assumed it's a she. Yeah, he's already got a 9. And I think he started out at like a 1 or something, or maybe like a 3. Yeah, you can tell that because of how much we've utilized a lot of his skills, he's a lot higher. Although actually we haven't used him any at all for animals. So, that's not really true. Yeah, I kind of said I wanted to use the animal training, but I haven't been doing that at all. It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm just used to keeping a lot of other things in the game as a high priority just because I'm used to how the game was a couple of the releases ago. So it's just that stuff like animal training isn't really on my radar. And oh, a wanderer. Hopefully he's better than the last wanderer that joined us. Let's see here. Optimist ascetic? What is that? Shrike prefers to live in asceticism. She gets a mood loss if she has a bad room. That's too impressive. Oh, so I guess she's kind of a minimalist then. Alright. Those aren't necessarily bad. Yeah, for a second I thought that was abrasive before, which I would have honestly killed her right on the spot for that. I know, I'm terrible. Yeah, she's only incapable. Yeah, she's pretty good. Or, yeah, it is a she. Shrike. Well then, welcome, Shrike, you oaf. Sweet. Yeah, and I was just saying I wish we had some more people to join us, so this is pretty nice. And I feel like that's kind of a rarity to have someone join you. Like, I've noticed Wanderers tend to join you a lot more when you've only got, like, 3 settlers or less. So I'm kind of surprised one joined us when we only had 5. Because that's another thing, is I was talking about how turrets tend to kill people outright, but I've also noticed that the more people you have in your colony, the less likely it is that people will survive through an attack, just because it tries to make it so that you don't have, like, 50 colonists right away. It tries to make it so that you... Like, I think there's like a soft cap of, I don't know, 20 or something. I don't remember the exact number, but there's like a soft cap where it's really difficult to get new colonists after a certain point. What are you good at then in terms of Ooh, wow. She is brought a steel gladius with her. So she has a pretty high desire to be a meleeer. Guess I might as well make her a brawler then. Oh, look at that. It automatically assigned her as a brawler. It's as if the game knew me. Well, ain't that something. Alright. So yeah, you won't be a hunter then, because I don't exactly want my brawler to hunt. Yeah, that's a pretty bad idea, making your brawler a hunter, because that will basically just cause them. And actually, she isn't really good at anything like around the base besides growing, so I think I'll make her a sort of primary hauler then. Oh yeah, and I can remove these cleaning priorities as well. You know what, I'll make cleaning as a priority as well, so she'll do hauling and cleaning before she does anything else, which is alright with me. She can also be a crafter as well. I suppose. Yeah, I don't really want her to do any of these because I'm gonna leave that for these two. Especially considering they have, well, this one doesn't have a higher skill, but whatever. Actually, to be honest, I suppose I should make this a job for her as well, just because these two are doing more important things oftentimes. Well, I guess Moran is not. Whatever. Yeah, that seems pretty good then. Yeah, we already have 2 cooks, so I don't really need more than that, especially not at this point in the game. Huh. Well, let's see. Yeah, I still have a good amount of... Wow, I'm quite surprised how long it's taken them to do this. I mean, I know I've been getting I've sort of been distracting them with a bunch of other priorities, but I don't know. It just seems unusual to me that they haven't focused on a lot of other important tasks that I've assigned quite a while ago. I suppose that has all to do with the way I made the work priorities, so it's really my fault more than anything. Oh yeah, and I've just realized that this area is done, so I can actually set down our geothermal generator. And this will be quite nice. This will basically give us all the power we'll need, at least for a decent amount of the game. Actually, yeah, I also am going to want to do this. I'm not going to close it off completely, because I know what happens then is that if you close off the room for a generator completely, at least the geothermal generator, it'll, well, makes sense because it's underneath a hot spring or a steam geyser, is that it gets really, really hot, and then it gets so hot, I think that it'll actually just like, I think it'll either destroy the walls or it'll set a fire. And obviously we don't want to have a room getting to like 1,000 degrees and blowing everything up. That wouldn't exactly be that nice. Alrighty then. So yeah, it turns out that I'm going to want this here. And also just end up removing these as well, because they're no longer aligned with the door the way I wanted them to be. Sweet. Now, we'll need some more steel as well in the near future. Although, yeah, there is a bunch of mining that should yield steel that they need to do, so that should get done soon enough. There we go. Now they can mine much more quickly, too. 20% faster. Ooh, exotic goods. And we do have quite a bit of clothing, I believe, so let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, and I see that they have equipped all the armor from the dead people. So that's nice. So yeah, I think... What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to talk with the exotic goods trader. Actually, wait. I need to make sure I use our... Oh, now Shrike is our best social person, it would seem. Oh yeah, and now I need colonist beds. Didn't notice that. I might as well sell these jackets, just because all the jackets really do is make us hot, and in a desert environment we don't really need to be getting hot all the time. Yeah, I'll just sell pretty much all this, because a lot of it's in really terrible condition anyways. Yeah, anything that's below like 20% isn't, well, actually anything that's below like 40% isn't really worth it, because I think it's actually 50%. It makes your animal, or your, your animals, it makes your colonists angry. Speaking of which, you know what I was saying, we might want to give a flower claw to that one chick. We don't have anywhere near enough money though, so not really a priority. Yeah, the one thing that's unfortunate if you put your orbital trade beacon in a building is that although it makes it so that your you can still trade stuff out of it, but you can't have anything get shot in from the ships out in outer space. So that's kind of annoying when that happens. And yeah, we don't really need to worry about power. Actually, well, right now those are producing a lot, but once we get this down, we won't need to worry about power like at all for quite a while. So we don't, yeah, we can pretty much build whatever we feel like. Oh yeah, on that note, let's see what the next research... I'm going to make cremation the next one, so that we don't have such a large body farm going on. Or I guess it's not really a body farm, I guess it's just a corpse pile more than anything. Another exotic goods trader. That might have been the same one, and I just didn't realize. Okay, I need to give some duties for some people because everyone's kind of bored. Although, don't I have mining? I'm gonna make that a 4. Yeah, I want the mining to get done more than anything, so all those bored people can go ahead and actually do something. I like how they go, like they mine one piece and then they're like, okay, I'm done. Oh yeah, speaking of which, yeah, I can make... I don't think I want cleaning such a high priority just because going out of their way to clean one little square that was just mined is a bit useless. Clips, yeah, that's a good thing in that we don't have any solar panels, because those eclipses happen a lot more often than they probably should, and they last quite a while as well. So, they're just quite an annoyance. Especially because, like, in some cases, it might, like, an eclipse would possibly drain all of this power, depending on how long it lasted. So yeah, that's kind of why I like to go with these more than anything, just because, sure, they're not efficient oftentimes, but at least they're consistently working to some extent. It's not like the solar panels where when it's night or an eclipse, they're just not running at all. Alrighty. Yeah, it seemed like finally we've got this area mined out, although I kind of want to mine out all this steel as well. Oh, sweet. Now I got the geothermal generator done as well. How much does that even produce compared to that? Yeah, I know I think Tynan the developer boosted these in an earlier release, but I think they're still... Yeah, I think this is still kind of king when it comes to power production. Yeah, and I need to... I keep pointing out the lack of beds, and then I don't actually do anything about it. So yeah, go me, huh? Is that? Yeah, that's the right size. Oops. There we go. I actually used the hotkey for once. How cool am I? Oh, yeah, I did that the wrong way as well. Look at me. Guess I'll make these out of wood as well, just because whatever. Alright then. Yeah, that'll get us a decent amount of rooms then. There we go. And then we'll have more than enough rooms for a while, I'd say. Ooh, random cargo pod. Bunch of cloth as well. And yeah, I want to make this infirmary now, especially now that we have the pneumatic picks, so we don't have to worry about them being slow as hell, at least quite as much. Alrighty then. Yeah, I realize I'm not the most efficient when it comes to telling my colonists what to do. Yeah, I try to act like I know a lot about the game, but I do make a lot of kind of stupid newbie mistakes. But that's just because I often like to rush through the game. If you didn't notice, in the very early parts, it seemed like I did the opposite in the sense that I just kept pausing and pausing over and over again. But now I've gotten to the point where I just keep... It's weird that they're not doing that quite that much. Or it's weird that they're putting meals. Oh, you know what? Did I not make this a higher priority? No, I did not. Yeah, I want that a critical just because I want there to always be food here and here. Ooh, another bulk goods trader. Don't really have anything to sell, though. And we don't really have the ability to buy that much wood. Although, I'm going to add to this as well. Although it's still not empty. I want them to actually be manufacturing blocks. Alrighty, I just noticed this episode I think has run a bit long, so oops. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next time.